Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the second news on 25th January newspaper front page dawn. Key federal entities oppose grant of license to KP company. Punjab favors request by KPTGC to run part of national grid by Fali Kiani. Islamabad, the Central Power Purchasing Agency and the National Transmission and Dispatch Company, both key federal entities, have opposed the transmission license to the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Transmission and the Grid System Company (KPTGC) that seeks to operate about 7,300 megawatt of power supply system in the province over a period of 5 to 10 years. In a response to comments sought by the National Electric Power Regulatory Authority, NEPRA, from stakeholders over the KPTGC's request for grant of provincial transmission license. The Punjab government has, however, supported the request while demanding that the proposed license should ensure provision of minimum technical and human resource capital as and when required, and the provincial transmission company should provide open access and participate in the wholesale electricity market. The CPPA, which looks after the financial matters relating to power purchase from all public and private sources and sales to all distribution companies, this cause has contended that existing laws allow only one power system operator in the country at the time that was already in place running the national grid in the shape of National Transmission and Dispatch Company (NTDC). It said the KP company and defined its principal business as system operations and scheduling and dispatch of the generation plants. This is in contradiction to the provisions of the NEPRA Act, which provides for a system operator, an entity, and to perform the function of system operations and required a mandatory system operator license. Section 23G of NEPRA Act categorically stating only one such license shall be granted at any one time. However, until the grant of such license, the National Grid Company (NGC) shall perform the function of system operator as given in Section 18 of NEPRA Act. Moreover, the generation facility concerned directly or indirectly to the NGC or a provincial grid company (PGC) shall be subject to the economic dispatch as directed by the system operator. Therefore, the PGC will have no control over the dispatch of such generators within its territory. Also, the application by the KPTGC envisages a power evacuation of approximately 7,320 megawatt and to be available in the next 5 to 10 years by various hydropower projects. As per Grid Code, the NTDC is mandated to prepare indicated generation capacity expansion plan (IGCEP) involving the demand and supply situation of the country. Hence, prior to any commitment with the new projects, endorsement of site, size, and technology and timing has to be aligned with IGCEP and renewable energy policy of the federal government. The CBPA contended that given the fact that IGCEP was pending approval by NEPRA and decisions regarding induction of hydropower projects in the system, its quantum and timing should be strictly in line with the IGCEP. Subsequent studies should be conducted to evaluate which zones are most feasible to bring the hydropower at the minimum level, levelized cost, and the maximum firm capacity contribution to the grid. Likewise, the NGC has the exclusive right of providing transmission services in the whole country under the NEPA law, while the function of centralized planning for the transmission network in the country is under the domain of NTDC under Grid Code and the Transmission System Expansion Plan TSEP. Therefore, the transmission business of PGC is limited into the development, construction, and maintenance of transmission facilities approved under TSEP located in its territory, while the DISCO preparing its own sub-transmission plan and to be followed by PGC. The role of PGC and similar entities should only be limited to the implementation of the approved plans. The NTDC also imposed the provincial transmission license to KPTGC, saying the Article 1554 1 of the Constitution required the Council of Common Interests to formulate and regulate policies in relation to matters in Part 2 of the federal legislative list that also included electricity. Therefore, the policy decision would be placed before the CCI. The NTDC said the grant of license to PGC under Section 18A of the NEPRA Act would inevitably lead to interconnection at the provincial and federal levels and has to be centrally and carefully planned while the two actions of similar entities may clash with each other, causing technical issues. Either one or both operators may attribute to the responsibility of partial or full grid system collapses to each other. Therefore, the preparation and prescription of a policy framework regarding the integration of national and provincial transmission systems as required under Section 14A of NEPRA Act is a sine qua non for the operations of an slash or grant of license to any provincial grid company. Unless such policy framework becomes effective, no license can be granted to any PGC. It stands in Apple law also provided that the eligibility criteria for grant of license as a PGC shall be prescribed including the minimum solvency and minimum technical and human resource requirements. The significance of a uniform, well thought out criteria and yardstick for assessing the application and exercising the discretion is very important. The NTDC, the system operator, also opposed the license to KPTGC, saying that the company did not have the requisite experience pertaining to planning, construction, and operation of the extra high voltage grid and transmission as evident from the credentials of officials named by the KPTGC, and hence it was not entitled to act as a PGC. And in the end, a formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the like and bell button to get the fresh from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.